Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very, very special day, a very special stream. It is the global finals, the final day, the final hours of this tournament. And we have some incredible teams and a truly fantastic showing ahead. And as you can probably tell by that, just below there, just below us, we see the first game that's going to be coming up, and it's certainly one that perhaps we weren't expecting to see this early on into the global finals, of course. But it's certainly one of the most hyped up and anticipated matches, I think, of the entire tournament. And what a trio of commentators we have here today to enjoy that.
Real quick, we'll give you a little lowdown. So for the cross-region matches, basically what we're doing is we're treating everything as a best of 5 for today, except for the finals, which will be a best of 7. But what we do is we take the first 2 matches on one region and the second 2 matches in the other region, and then we'll have a 5th tiebreaker round if needed. And the region will be dependent on the amount of points scored between the four matches, right? And so
That's correct.
Basically, what will happen is Team USA. Originally, we were just going to start out on an A, but they said because of their top seed, they said they wanted to go to EU first. So we're on EU actually for these 2 games. And
Exactly.
then the next 2 games, we will be going over to NA to finish that out. And so the map rotation for this is going to be Temple, Legacy, Capricorn, Coliseum. And then if we do get to that 5th tiebreaker round, it will be Forest.
Yeah, we are good to go, so we can give the go signal to these teams. And, of course, we actually see, a lot of similar builds on both sides here. We've got the Necromancer. We, of course, have the Thieves, the Conditioned Revenants, and the Support class. Now, the Support classes are, as we talked about previously, the biggest differential here. Team USA going with the Firebrand. Not really so much of a dedicated support, more of an aggressive hybrid build with some good damage, good control effects, and a little bit of support on the side. Whereas Rank 55 gone for that EU-style Tempest, which is more of a dedicated support there. And of course, we do have different side known as Helio, going to be playing the Ranger, I believe the kind of bunkery Ranger build, whereas Zan with a much more aggressive Grenadier Holosmith build.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see how that Holosmith gets involved with these team fights. Obviously, Helio most likely going to be trying to side in a little bit more, and we do see him crossing now over towards the altar. Ring 55 going to be in stealth, anticipating that, but we do expect Zan on the engineer to be getting involved in a lot more team fights. That being said, this isn't really a map that caters to team fighting comps so much, and I think that's part of the reason we see Team USA picking it. Either way, though, we're going to see the contest coming out here from Zan, who actually crossed as well over towards Temple. Sind will be chasing Toker in here over as he 1v1s Mark, so this will be a 2v2 potentially if the Thieves decide to stay, and Mark actually getting quite a bit of pressure already. You can see Zan's Grenadier Bill getting some damage out onto him. And they've actually turned the damage down onto Toker, who is going to be able to kite with the Dagger Storm at the moment. Elixir S going to be procced now out of Zan, and that's going to be a big cooldown gotten out here by the Team USA players. And finally, they're going to be able to get the Temple node, as the gate is still going to be contested, but it will be about 12 points or so behind.
And Toki getting eliminated there too. Sind able to snipe him there. That's a very good start for 55. And that actually kind of leaves Mark in a bit of an awkward spot. No longer going to have that Thief to help him peel. And there is the decap. Rank 55 Dragons able to neutralize that map. Now pushing into mid as well, contesting that. And they should be able to secure the Temple while simultaneously holding the gate in a neutral state.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think it's really going to come down to how this 2v2 with the Necros, the Firebrand, and the Ellie, if we assume, if we see it really just kind of staying in a 2v2 state, although we do now see Sind coming in, of course, on his Romus. He's probably going to go down. Nice follow up there from Boyce as well. He's going to be brought down. Naru not going to have a chance to res that. Obviously, no res utility on the side of the Firebrand, so he is going to be taken out very quickly. And that's going to be the first 2 kills going the way of Team Rank 55 Dragons. Team USA on the back foot already, and they're going to have to struggle to start to come back into this game.
And what's important here is that Naru is absolutely not out of the woods yet either, and that will be a really clutch kill. Boyce really pressuring that Toker coming off respawn to try and deal with that. In just a moment there, and yeah, they are able to at least keep that Firebrand alive. Good kiting there from Mark and Naru to kind of relieve the pressure. But actually, Zan and Sind, they want to get the job done there. There's no renewed focus, and that's going to be a kill actually secured on the Firebrand from Team USA, and that will be a very decisive kill. Mark also now in trouble too. Mark getting eliminated as well, Roy.
Absolutely. And, it's very telling, I think, that we're seeing so many kills coming out. Obviously, we do need to keep in mind that we're going to see the NA players playing, on the side of Ping. But I think as well, the fact is, if Team USA kind of start to get behind here, and we saw that early on with the Thief kill into Zeromus getting taken out because of that plus from Sind on mid, It's going to be a lot easier for rank 55 to control the map when they have a kill or two. And it's going to be much more difficult for Team USA to do that, even with a kill or two. They need to really snowball consistently. And a big reason for that is going to be that Tempest coming out of Misha. Now, obviously, that's going to be a little bit different when the buffs start coming up, because there will be 4 or potentially even 5 different places that both teams need to contest on the map instead of just the normal 3 nodes. But with this huge advantage, huge lead that rank 55 already have over Team USA, over 150 points lead with the triple cap, it's not going to be as relevant as it normally would if Team USA had either gotten ahead or made the game a little bit more even to start out with. So again, their comp allows them to really, do a lot if they're snowballing, but when they're getting behind, it's going to be so much harder for them to recover because of the lack of that Tempest and the Firebrand instead of it.
Yeah, indeed, and we certainly see those fights not really going in the direction of Team USA whatsoever. The bot top buff now with Stillness is now in the mix, and they might actually be able to get that for free. I think we do see it get channeled. Maybe no, Zeromus is able to deny that, so that's well played there by him. But Toka gets caught again. Tornado is very, very strong, and there's just no real recovery potential right now for Team USA. And now we see Anaru and Zeromus going to have to back off a little bit, but rank 55 have got a little bit of an outnumber on the map. Mark is going to be able to contest into Sin, and I don't think Cinder is going to really bother taking that 1v1. He's going to just wait up. But Boyce actually might get that top buff, might get that stillness that will massively increase the point gain. Great decap there from Helio. He is able to neutralize that node into a Bindo, and that is something that you kind of will expect to see there. That Ranger does have a lot of decap potential, right? Is able to eventually force even the strongest classes like a Condition Herald off the node. Now we see the team fight erupting once again. Naru in trouble. Naru gets caught. Naru eliminated. That's so much damage from rank 55. Misha a little bit pressured, is able to get his water overload off though, is resustaining himself quite well, but still this is a very, very bad situation for Team USA.
Indeed, and obviously the neutralization on the side nodes is huge considering the Stillness got picked up there by rank 55. Really nice job from Helio, and we actually see for the first time now Toker getting out of the map and breaking into Altar. He's going to be going on for the plus of a Bindo. The problem is, if they can't get that kill quickly enough, which will be hard before Boyce now and Misha not far behind are going to come over and rotate in, it is going to be pretty bad for them. And I'm actually not really surprised that we see rank 55 more or less ignoring the Altar until there is a plus, because that stalemate doesn't really affect them too much. The one thing I will say though is it does keep the Condi Rev from rank 55 out of the game, out of the team fight for quite a while. Mark is able to get just a little bit more involved just because his 1v1 isn't as locked down. But again, the fact that rank 55 is putting more pressure on Temple than Altar allows them to kind of keep Mark stuck in that position and kind of keep him to this side of the map, and it does work in their favor for that.
It absolutely does indeed. And now we see Sin matching Toka over there. There might be one or two more fights there around the temple, but looks like rank 55 will be repelled for now. Misha got to be a little bit careful not to get sniped by the damage coming out from Team USA, but Team USA trying to push back out on the map right now with the Revenant, the Thief, and the Ranger. They're looking to maybe get a kill on Boyce. Boyce is going to be outnumbered there temporarily, but Misha and Abindo are there to match that immediately, and with full shroud, he should be okay. Zan and Sin kind of trolling a little bit there, locking down that Firebrand and Necromancer, and the Rev. The entire team fight of USA is a little bit trapped there on the temple right now, right? They need to mobilize that Firebrand out on the map and start getting some kills, but they really don't have a long time to do that at all.
Absolutely. And, something else that I wanted to note, when we talk about the Tempest a lot, we obviously talk about the support and the cleanses that it has over the Firebrand and specifically the Glyph, but something else that's very important here is going to be that Tornado, which when team fights are going their way, or just not even going their way really, but just in team fights in general, it's such a powerful utility. And I'll hold that thought for a second as Boyce is kind of getting isolated from Misha and starting to get pressured out here by Zeromus. He's very, very low. Zeromus has a lot of shroud, but Boyce is going to have even more, and he's going to be able to kite away and actually now start to going down towards Tranquility. The buff that has just spawned is Sin is now going to be contesting top buff here with Zeromus. But just really quickly before I lose my train of thought, the Tornado, a very, very strong utility, especially in team fighting. And not only do Team USA not have any of them, and not only do we have the one from Misha there, we actually have two potentially with Zan's Elixir X, and there's no Scrapper, or rather Engineer on the side of Team USA. So that will be a very, very big advantage that rank 55 can have in a lot of team fights here.
And Zan picking up that kill. Well, Stillness was grabbed there by Zeromus right at the last second, but Team USA currently is not in any possession of nodes, so they aren't really going to get any value of that. Now just able to cap the gate, but I don't think that's really going to be enough at this point. Naru and Zeromus are 2v3 right now, and the renewed focus, a lot of the defensive cooldowns have already been used from the Firebrand of Team USA, and the decap immediately comes through from rank 55 Dragons. They've only got 75 points to go in the remainder of this game, and they're able to collapse onto that Firebrand. Those grenades doing a hell of a lot of damage there from Zan, and big backstabs coming out from Sinner. I think this game is going to go in favor of rank 55, and they are going to go up 1-0 in this best of 5 series.
Yeah, and it is obviously going to be a bit disheartening for Team USA, but of course they did decide to pick EU first. They did have to, acknowledge that it was going to be disadvantaged towards them, even on their map pick, even on their sort of comfort pick there. But again, the fact that they were unable to hold even really one node very, very well is very telling, I'd say, and especially considering it is Temple. It's a map that they sort of probably expected to be able to do a little bit better on into this comp, this team fight comp from rank 55. And I'll be very interested to see how Team USA decides to approach the next map, because this game is, of course, going to be going to rank 55. It is going to be about 500 to 70 points, most likely. And I think it'll be very important for Team USA to really make a decision early on how they want to approach the next game, because they're used to being able to team fight on an A. And the reason for that is, of course, just because the comps there on an A are going to be pretty much the same. We're going to see that Fireburn. You're not going to see that Tempest like we do with rank 55. So it'll be interesting to see if they do decide to either switch up something to make their team fight a little bit better, or if they're going to try to just out-rotate the team fight of rank 55. That being said, the next map is going to be rank 55's pick, and it's going to be a little bit harder for them to do that on Legacy.
Here we go. Let's give that go signal for these players. I am ready to get this done. Let's see some big action between these two teams. Team USA need to get some work done here, Roy. Not only have they suffered a defeat, they've also suffered quite a decisive one, meaning that they are going to need to get a lot of points if they want to make sure to take this game to a tiebreaker if it comes down to that, and force it to be on the server of their choosing. So here we go. And actually this time, Team USA playing a lot safer. All going to go through close there to maybe make sure that they don't get caught off guard so much as they did in the first game.
Well, I think also it's just going to be the fact that Helio isn't crossing here on the Soul Beast. We do see the swap here to the Grenadier Hollow. He is in fact going to be playing that Grenadier Hollow for the extra team fight damage, and I think this makes perfect sense. He's not going to be playing aggressive. They want to win this team fight, and this is what it's going to come down to. If they're able to actually win this team fight, a lot of people didn't expect them to be able to, but we do see all 5 of them now coming here. Rank 55 though, they've actually anticipated this. They've just completely out-rotated Team USA. They're going to give up mid, and they're going to just take Corey. Side nodes are going to go to rank 55 right away, and there's now barely any point gain here for Team USA. They do pick up middle pretty quickly, as again, rank 55 aren't going to contest it, but they've anticipated Team USA trying to force this team fight with the Hollow, and they're not going to buy into it. However, Sind already going to be a little bit low. Toker putting quite a bit of damage on him, but Zan will be there to peel for him with the grenades, and Toker will now have to force himself to get back to the node. We do see Boys playing a little bit aggressive. He needs to be careful, but Abindo is going to be there, and Misha as well, to help peel him out. And right now, rank 55 keeping Team USA in mid and keeping them from being able to advance out into the side nodes.
Is exactly what we see here. And once again, 55, they have, as you said, secured that, and mid still up for contention. Actually getting a good spike there on Naru. Naru needs to be peeled there for his team. Mark going to push into Zan for the 1v1, and I think we're going to start to see a bit of a team fight going on there. Actually, no, we're also going to see Helio go ahead and move out of there and also push into that fight versus Zan. So we are going to be seeing this Tempest action into the Firebrand Syndra, going pretty hard on Toker, but Toker able to evade quite effectively. Now we see Abindo pushing into the fight, and Zan, though, is going to be forced away the way. He's actually going to try and contest the node. He actually might just kind of sack himself here at some point, though he does have Elixir S to keep himself at least a little bit healthy. However, now we see rank 5 really aggressing deep onto Team USA. Naru trying to move away. However, there is going to be good peel from Helio, so he should be able to disengage that at least for the time being. Still getting chased down by Abindo. Toker now also securing the decap there to Boyce, though, in hot pursuit, looking to go for a kill. But so far, rank 55 not able to get anything for themselves just yet in this game.
Yeah, and the early rotations were definitely looking a lot better there from rank 55, but Team USA didn't take too long to adapt, and I really like to see that. They were able to neutralize the map, they're able to hold onto their node, they realized pretty quickly what rank 55 were doing, and they've answered. However, Toker is going to be in a little bit of trouble, Boys, now, as well as Sin on top of him, and we should see a kill coming out on the Thief. Maybe he's very, very low. He does maybe able to get behind Zeromus as well as Mark. But no, Sin is going to be able to chase him down. Still, that might not be the easiest kill for him to make. Misha is going to be coming in here, but a fear coming out now from Zeromus. The blood res is coming down. Tornado coming out from Misha, but he's stuck on the wall. We do see Zan coming in too, and they've just able to keep that damage down, and that Thief will be going out here. And that is going to be the same as we saw the last game. Toker dying first there in this game. Sin pretty low though, so they do need to be careful fighting into this, but they are able to get the decap here on Corey and get the full cap on mid. So again, the map will be back in favor here for rank 55.
That's exactly right, Roy. And Zan now looking to get another kill. Can they line up a second one to Helio? He's got Rampage. He is able to disengage it quite effectively. He's moving away, but he is still very, very low. And that is kind of the advantage of that Tornado that we see there, able to secure kills, but also a bit of a handy disengage tool. Misha able to get some good heals back on the Zan, who's going to be backing off. And rank 55 have once again found themselves in a controlling position on the map. They sent a Bindo out of there to lock stuff down while they were still taking this fight. But, you know, I think they very wisely back off there as the regroup comes through from Team USA, because it's certainly not a done deal yet. That's a huge spike, though, on the Helio, forcing the Elixir S immediately Sind, maybe even going to try and contest into the Revenant to waste a little bit of time. There are boys coming in for even more damage. Grenades being thrown onto Zan from Helio. Bit of a NG on NG action there, returning Zan's creation back over to him, but he is going to be okay for the time being. One more damage. The grenades. This is the battle of the grenades here near the graveyard on Legacy. And Helio's not feeling comfortable to push in there just yet, so his team is a little bit outnumbered, but getting that heal skill is looking to get back in there with some good aggression. And Team USA actually holding their own in some of these fights so far.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a straight up 5v5 or 4v4 yet, although Zan is about to maybe start it. He's going to go down. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out, but we will see the glyph coming out here for Misha, so he's going to be safe for now, but really nice aggression there from Team USA to sort of start the pace of this fight. Zan's still going to be very pressured. He's probably going to go back down. He is, and I don't think we're going to see a res coming out. Boyce on top of that with Misha. We do see the Harvest coming out. A Bindo coming in as well. Really nice CC on top of that, but the CC from Team USA is just as good, and the Cleave is going to be good as well. We do see the Mistform coming out, but Tornado from Helio is going to rip that apart, and I think Team USA are just about to take the first team fight of this game away from rank 55 on their own map.
That was a good roll there by Helio. Getting the 50-50 on the Tornado was huge. Syndra mitigating the loss there. Able to get over there to the quarry and secure that. And now we do see Boyce also doing the same thing here at the waterfall. So Team USA able to get a very nice kill. But I think rank 55 did do a good job of disengaging that after that initial defeat in that. And we see Misha and Abindo continue to troll mid. And this is something that I think that Tempest Revenant combo can be very, very good at. Being able to hold on in some of these fights, even when they start to go wrong, is a very powerful aspect of this duo.
Absolutely. We do see rank 55 do a pretty nice job of disengaging from that fight as soon as they realize Zan is not going to be salvageable. They get the side nodes briefly, although we do see a decap coming out here from Mark onto the quarry, but it is going to be probably capped up very, very quickly here. We will see Waterfall just now taken away as well here from rank 55, but still over 100-point lead now for rank 55. They do still have a little bit better map control, I'd say, but again, middle node potentially looking like it's going to be the point of contest here. And obviously, rank 55 are going to have to be a little bit more careful in these fights because it's not going to be as free for them as maybe they thought. Team USA have struck a serious blow to them right now, and obviously being able to break that team fight.
Indeed, and that's something that, you know, the Tempest certainly helped with, but it didn't help quite enough with, right? Like, we saw the first clip, but USA, they were able to continue that pain train and get the job done and secure that kill no matter what. They might be able to, they might need to do some serious work to get Helio out of this situation. He's running out of corners, does get his heal skill off his belly, and might be able to rampage to victory there as well. There we go. He's getting that mobility, but still in a lot of trouble. Zeromus trying to pressure for him, is able to do so. Boyce looking to get some work done onto Naru there with the Necromancer with that big Reaper damage, and I think once again we're going to see a bit of a fight erupting here by the Waterfall, which is of course currently in the possession of Team USA. And rank 55 a little bit split up here. They're going to have to be really careful into taking this fight. They might even just disengage it.
Yeah, they're focusing. They're playing this very slow into the Waterfall. They realize they've been outnumbered because obviously Sin was going for the decap and then full cap here on a middle node. Misha now going to be preventing Toker from doing the same. So they are playing a little bit slower. They get the quarry back as well. So again, they have that double node pressure, but they've left the Bindo now to Waterfall. They do need to be really careful. They don't just give him up. Rank 55, realizing that Team USA might not want to fight into that too much, and it does seem to be that way, but Abindo obviously going to be a little bit behind on cooldowns. Helio playing very aggressively into him, is trying to force him away from the node. But again, map control still secured here for rank 55, and that will allow them to continue this lead. But again, it's starting to get a little bit harder for them to do so. They're not able to rotate around Team USA just as well, and this is really one of the first times we see rank 55 almost matched for rotations here from another team. They're usually confident in their ability to just out-rotate teams if they can't straight up out beat them in team fights, although we haven't really seen too many of those going on here. Toker, which is a nice pickup here on the side. But Team USA definitely doing an absolutely great job at the moment of getting these rotations out. However, with that kill on Toker, they're now a little bit more free to kind of pressure out the rest of the players here from Team USA, and Naru going to be forced into the RF, and he's not going to be alive for much longer after that, as Roma's trying to peel for him with the Lich, but that's not going to happen, and this actually is where we might be able to see Rank 55 really start to snowball the rest of this map for the rest of this game.
Yeah, if they're able to force Helio to 1v1 Abindo on a Rank 55 controlled node, that just gives them so much freedom to not care about that for essentially the rest of the game, and things are starting to spiral a little bit out of control here. Zeroma's getting eliminated by Misha and Zan with some glorious aggression there, getting that kill, and we see a bit of a stagger starting to come through now with Naru just now being on respawn. Zeromas is going to have to wait a little while before he can get back into the mix. Team USA able to re-secure control of the quarry, but the other two nodes are going to be firmly within the grasp of Rank 55 Dragons, and Helio even in a little bit of trouble in this 1v1 into Abindo on the Con the Herald, but he is okay at least for the time being. But Rank 55, they're under posture towards the quarry there. They might be going for something here, see if they can get anything done there. Actually, Mark, maybe a little bit of an easy target here, a little bit easy to be able to get picked off here, indeed. But actually, something really weird is happening. My screen is completely freezing. I have no idea what's going on right now, but that's okay.
It is certainly less than ideal. Hopefully you can get that fixed out soon, but we will see the triple cap coming out here now for Rank 55. Obviously not going to pause after getting those couple of kills there on Team USA. They do push out into the map, and I like to see it. Even if they don't want to fight for Corey, even if they don't want to hold it down for the duration of the game, they are going to obviously just get a few more points on the board and completely shut down any point gain there from Team USA. Zan going to be just kind of kiting around the node, trolling it a bit while Team USA stay here. And I would actually be interested to see if Team USA decide to maybe go for a kill on that hollow while he was a little bit isolated from the rest of his team. Naru, though, taking quite a bit of damage. We do see Helio actually pressured out here very hard. He's going to be isolated from the rest of his team, and he's now going to be in downstate. And Naru might not be long for this world either. He's going to be a slip up from the rest of the team. The Lich from Boys taking him out, and that's 2 kills picked up very quickly here from Rank 55 on Team USA's own node when they might have had an advantage in the fight. And fortunately, that advantage is long gone, and it's looking like this is going to be game number 2 going the way of Rank 55. They're only about 60 points away from closing it out.
It certainly is, and USA having a little bit of trouble here. Of course, we'll be transferring over to NA briefly after this one. Actually, we're going to move over very, very quickly in a little bit to see how that one is going to go down. But, you know, I think Team USA, they're going to just gather themselves, a little bit, reset, and then just try again. Of course, they will have their home region advantage on the North American servers. However, if Rank 55 are able to win even one of those games, that will actually be the end of the series.
Absolutely. And you know what? Obviously, this is going to be game now here for Rank 55. And obviously, you know, they want to win this as quickly as possible to just shut down any more point game from Team USA. I will say this, a much, much better performance from Team USA, especially since they were down a game. Pretty bad game as well, and obviously still on EU. So definitely, let me just tell them we go NA.
Yep, so we're going to transfer over to NA in just a brief moment. And I'll tell you what we're going to go ahead and do here, actually, is we will go to the caster screen where maybe Roy and Angels can tell you a little bit about stuff, and I'm going to poke things with a spanner.
Rank 55 takes it. That's it. That's the best of 5 over already if they take this map, and it's definitely doable. But, of course, Team USA are going to be looking to lock things down. They looked so much better on Legacy that last game. Helio's still going to be on this Grenadier Hollow. I like to see it. And I expect big things from Team USA here. This is going to be their pick yet again here for Capricorn.
They are on their home ground. They've got to make this work, Roy. This is already the last game, potentially, in this series. They've got to go out. They've got to come out swinging, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They are representing that glorious patriotism of the United States of America. Let's see what they can do here on Revenge of the Capricorn. And, well,
it's North America.
That's the same thing, dude. Okay, come on.
Okay, we'll have to educate you later.
Anyway.
Either way, here we go. The side nodes currently going to be contested, although we do see Bazaar going the way of Rar Abindo. Abindo, excuse me. There we go. That's going to be Abindo. And that's going to be, obviously, the contest here from Rar Zan Roy Teapot. A very nice name, matching his necromancer, Rar Boyce Roy Teapot. And that is going to be mid, still contested with the dock as well. We will see potentially decap and a kill. Actually picked up on Abindo here. We do see Toker obviously flexing his muscles a little bit, flexing his thief steel a little bit better here on his own home turf, as you said, and he's going to be able to quickly get a kill here on the Revenant from Rank 55, and that will shut down a lot of the map pressure that Rank 55 have here in this game.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing you're definitely going to see. Like, Thief is going to be a little bit trickier to play with additional ping, and already we see things not really going the direction of 55. Boyce now in trouble. I think he might end up being a little bit dead here. That's going to be a lot of lich damage. Yes, that is going to be a kill. Will Misha be able to get the glyph? No, interrupted, and that is going to be 2 kills now secured away from there.
Yeah, and obviously we do already see Team USA doing a much better job here, and it really could just be the ping that was slowing them down. I don't want to say that, though, for sure, as we do see Mark here pretty pressured. And Sin so far hasn't done a terrible job. He hasn't gotten caught out, as we saw Toker sort of getting caught out on EU there. So obviously, you know, Sin not able... He's doing a bit of a better job, I think, of dealing with it. But he also might just be playing his rotations just a little bit better. And we do see Mark taking out Zeromus and Toker are here, but the grenade spam from Zan coming in. Sin actually going for a stealth. Shadow Step Stomp. He's going to be able to get that, completely denying any chance of a res there. We will see Zan going into the Elixir S, so he needs some peel out here, and he needs some help pretty quickly. Unfortunately, it's not going to come. We will see Sin unable to do anything for his teammate on the side. He does stealth away, so he's going to be able to move out for now, and we do see Bazaar picked up. So right now, again, kind of similar to what we saw in Legacy, Rank 55 really avoiding team fights. They're actually completely trying to out-rotate Team USA. Unfortunately for them, right now, it's not working so well, but they are able to keep the game at least a little bit competitive here, as we might even see a decap on mid.
Indeed we do, and a bit of a rough start there for 55, but they're certainly starting to look to get back into this game, though. Boyce in a hell of a lot of trouble. He's a little bit caught out there. Misha not able to get to him to support and not able to heal him while he's in Reaper Shroud as well. Okay, he's trying to get out of there. He should be able to do so. Gets a good stealth there from Sin, still posturing fairly aggressively, actually, there. Misha now able to resustain him a little bit just as the first bell is coming up. Mark already looking to contest that, already looking to get that set up, but actually 55 maybe kind of delaying and moving over to it with their main team fight, looking to at least have the map before they move to the bell. Actually looking to pick off Naru here. Naru actually completely out of cooldowns, actually, if we take a look. No tomes available for him, and no utilities either. He is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and he's going to get knocked down there by Misha, and that should be a confirmed kill. Look at the damage coming out. Boy's going to even lich up, I think, to add injury to insult. Doesn't really need to, but it's going to be okay. And this will now be a bell, almost certainly confirmed. His Helio will fall very shortly after Naru, who just now is going to be bled out. There's potential maybe for Team USA to try to go for a res, but I don't think it's going to happen, as Toker and Zeromus both going to be isolated away from the res. Mark going to be pretty pressured out here onto the bell, and I think that's going to be a first bell going the way of Team Rank 55 Dragons into Team USA here.
Mark dies here. That's incredibly bad, I think, and he does end up falling. Zan swiping that holographic sword, securing that kill. Absolutely fantastic there from Zan to get that. And there's the bell, and Rank 55 have now found themselves a lead in this game. We don't see quite the level of momentum they had on the previous maps, but it's certainly getting up there if they can continue that level of pace, and they still have a 5v4 on the map thanks to that kill on Mark.
And, you know, something else to note about the comp difference here is Helio is now going to be contesting mid into Abindo. Actually, he might just give it up as he sees Zan there as well. And yeah, that'll be the cap confirmed on mid. The triple cap now coming out for Ring 55 on NA is the fact that I think Team USA really, I would like to see them try to be a little bit more aggressive and really force out more fights, because, again, I think they may have a slight advantage starting out in the fight. When Naru has all of his tomes available, when he has all of his cooldowns, when he doesn't need to worry about trying to heal for himself and kite for himself, but when he starts to lose those cooldowns, when the fight is sustained a little bit longer, Rank 55 should have the advantage in these fights. And I really think Team USA need to try to take advantage of that and try to shut it down before that can really happen. But right now, Rank 55 are just doing an excellent job of not really allowing them to do so. Again, we see a 4 versus 3 coming out here in Dock, while the rest of the map is going to be held. Helio now getting out pressured here out of mid by both Sind and Abindo. And it's going to be very, very bad if they're able to lose this hollow. And they just are having so much trouble cracking this 3-team comp here of Boyce and Misha and either Zan and Abindo.
Yeah, indeed, and perhaps, you know, that kind of early game, a little bit of a ping warm-up here for 55, but you definitely do see the effects of it as well, right? Like, you saw Sind going, kind of getting caught here. You know, it certainly is feeling the effects of that, but they're still able to kind of mitigate that and still push into these fights, into Team USA, even on their home territory. Now, Zan is a little bit in trouble there. He's very, very heavily pressured there. Massive condition pressure coming up from Zeromus onto that Necromancer. The 1v1 raging to Abindo and Helio. Abindo coming out a little bit on top there, but there is a kill actually onto Zan on the other side of the map, and there is no glyph available, I believe, for Misha, and that's just as the next bell is coming up, and that could be highly, highly relevant. So Misha and Boyce, they've got to be incredibly careful not to die here.
Ooh, if Boyce getting a little bit low, he might get that pressure there. Misha does have the glyph back, though. It just came up off of cooldown. Obviously, though, they haven't gotten the kill yet, and they do still need to worry about contesting Bell. The main thing here is if they can find another kill here to follow up before Zan can respawn, but he's just about to. And Boyce actually pressuring the node out. They're just unable to find a kill. He does!
Yeah, he's so cheeky. That is ridiculous. Okay, I mean, let's see if he gets punished for it. He's actually able to use the Lich form to counter pressure and shove Mark away. Wait, he's pushing in! What is he doing? What? I can't believe I'm watching that. We do see that the Rev does actually rotate out of that, so Boyce kind of makes actually like the prescient play there, acting before anything even really happened there, and was able to make the correct decision overall. But still, that was incredible. Massive balls there for Boyce pushing it out. Fight. The Bell fight is now raging, and it's going to be a 3v3 setup around there, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Of course, basically the same classes, in fact. It's going to be the Engineer, Thief, and Revenants from both teams, but Mark already very, very pressured. I think he does have his Glitnal. Yes, he does, so he's going to re-sustain quite nicely in this engagement, but for how long is that going to last? Zan now the one taking the heat, at least temporarily in this team fight, but 55, they've still got that one node ticking away, and they're looking to get a kill on Mark. Can they do it? I think they can. Oh, great kite there by Mark, but right into the waiting arms of Abindo at the top of the kite spot there. Sin is very, very pressured. Actually nearly got caught by the unyielding anguish of Mark, but the kill has come through on Mark, and that's going to be very difficult to res. The res is trying to come through there, but the cleave is great from rank 55, and I don't think they're going to be able to get that.
No, we saw an awesome job there by Toker to actually try to peel Mark out. He did such a great job of peeling for him and interrupting a lot of the damage coming out from Sin, from Zan, from Abindo, but it just was not enough. And we now see Sin actually able to make this 2v2, a 2 versus 3. He's going to plus, and immediately we're going to see Nara going down. Zeromus most likely not long to follow. And that could be a second Bell coming out now for rank 55, which would be an additional 50 points here. Team USA really struggling to find their momentum in this game. Zan a little bit low with the Tornado coming out from Helio onto this Bell, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough, and Team USA are about to get plussed again because Syndit will be able to move back out into the map after the kills come out onto not only Naru, but Zeromus.
Yeah, Helio was doing a really good job. He was stalling that Bell very effectively, but he wasn't able to do it, and he ended up losing his life for it as well. And yeah, USA really struggling with 50 points now spawning in from that Bell. Things are starting to look very, very dangerous. We might see rank 55 go up 3-0 in this first series of the day.
Yeah, Team USA really need to try to get it together and find some kills, because that's the big difference here is just the kills. We've seen 1 or 2 here coming out from Team USA, but for the most part, the last couple of games have all been rank 55 dictating not only the pace, not only the rotations, but really the fights as well. And apart from that one fight that we saw Team USA kind of take away from them on Legacy middle node, oh, hold that as Boyce and Toker both going to be announced. They're both going for the cleave. Boyce is pretty low. The res actually coming out from Naru and Toker, and they're going to get the rally. Sin now going to fall. Zeromus getting killed away now by Sin off to the side. He's going to be very low, but Sin is going to fall himself. And Team USA, they're not done just yet. We will see the glyph coming out onto Zan from Misha, but that's still going to be 2 players dead from rank 55. And Team USA, they're not just content with 2. They're looking for more. Misha's on the run. Zan needs to leave. The third Bell coming up now. Abindo starting it up, but rank 55 need to get out of there because Team USA are looking for blood.
Oh, and they're going to have to stall this for a little bit. I mean, they really want this, and Team USA have to get this. Because that's 75 points if rank 55 are able to get that. Boyce now looking to get into that engagement there as well. Syndrina now just off respawn. Let's see this team fight. That's such a great spectate point, isn't it, Angels? You absolutely love it. Like, one of the best ones. I honestly, I'd like to see 55 just give this up. They're already so far behind in this team fight. They're not going to be able to take it. But no, they actually kind of make the decision maybe a little bit too late to get the hell out of there. And Misha is going to go down. He's going to try and disengage a little bit there to be as annoying as possible. But actually, Syndrina able to capture the rest of the map. He is locking down at that middle point there in the archway in those 2 nodes. That's such an unfortunate situation for Team USA. They do have 2 kills, though, onto Zan and Misha. But actually, Zan, he's going to get res. Great res from Sin. Does he get it? No. Good pull there. Able to deny that, and Zan is going to stay down the downside. Actually, no. Wait, does he? Oh, what? The double vapor fall from Misha might force the decap here, and I think Sin should be able to resurrect that Tempest. And that was such a tough spot there for Team USA because they needed to contest the Bell, but they weren't able to focus their attention and get those kills. Actually, Zan, wait, Zan's not dead yet, Roy. He's not actually not dead. He's going for the self-res, but USA haven't had the time to finish him because they've got to contest that Bell, otherwise the game will be over. But we do now see that Team USA has asserted control over the map, but Abindo nearly has the Bell, and if that Bell does go to 55, the game ends immediately.
Absolutely, and they're fighting not only for the map, but as you say, for the Bell as well, and they're going to have to do a little bit better job. And I got to be honest, they really needed, I think, snowball a couple more kills from that. Obviously, Misha getting res there was very, very lucky for Team USA, and Zan taking so long to bleed out.
There it is!
There's the Bell!
They didn't contest! They didn't contest it! And
We're going to see
Bindo!
I wasn't even looking at it. I didn't expect it to happen. There were 3 players from Team USA on the bell, and I just got taken out from under them. Rank 55, take it 3-0 in a Team USA.
It's over! 55 advance onwards. And Team USA will be relegated to the lower bracket for now, of course. Just to make that, it's not over for them just yet, but, you know, it's certainly a road to recovery. They're now going to have to face the loser of Ultranum versus Dark USA in just a few moments. And that will actually be on NA as well, as we can see from, well, we can't see that from the bracket, but actually, Ultranum, of course, being the highest seed there from EU, they actually do get to pick the region, and they picked NA, Roy. They want to start up on the North American region before moving on to EU potentially later. So